This classroom is chock full of poppies. But this isn't an art lesson.
So Lulu, can you tell me what you're doing right now, please?
I'm colouring in these poppies for Remembrance Day.
So do you mind if I join you?
Yeah.
Thanks. So why do you know the whole poppy story, how it all started?
Well, there was a man who went to Flanders Fields after the war and saw the only living thing there was red poppies. And so he wrote a poem about Flanders Fields.
That man's name was Colonel John McCrae. He was a Canadian medical officer and he was stationed in the area of Flanders, which is in Belgium. Near the end of 1914, one of Colonel McCrae's friends was killed. When they buried him on the battlefield, Colonel McCrae noticed that poppies had already started to bloom between the graves, and that marked the beginning of a poem he later wrote.
In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row.
It wasn't long before that poem was world famous, and it inspired many people to use the poppy as a symbol of support for the Allied forces. They were used to fundraise for war veterans, their families, and even restoration projects to help fix areas in France that were destroyed during the war. These days, you still see them, often on people's clothing or at sites of remembrance, like war memorials. This class will use these poppies for something different though.
Amelie Rose, why are you colouring in poppies today?
Well, we're colouring poppies because at 11 o'clock on the 11th of November, a plane will be dropping 58,000 poppies onto one of the roads near the city, and we're making them, the poppies represent the 58,000 soldiers, the Anzac soldiers that died.
To add to their meaning, these girls have written messages on the back of each one. Some are about remembering the past, while other messages are the names of people who fought in the First World War.
So ALAYA, what are you writing on your poppies?
So I've written a quote by the Queen, which is, "Grief is the price we pay for love."
So what kind of messages are you writing on the back of the poppies?
Well, I'm writing, lest we forget or hope, or names of people I know who went to war.
Okay, so do you know what kind of names? Like, are they people that you researched?
Well, my great-granddad Bill, he fought in the war, and his name's William Satchel, so I put that on a couple.
Why do you guys think it's important that we commemorate Remembrance Day and think about it every year?
It's important to remember Remembrance Day and remember all the people who died and all the families who lost people, because it's really important to understand how that affected so many people.
Well, I think it's important because if they didn't fight in the war, or if they didn't do what they did that time, we might be living differently to how we are right now, and it could affect our lives.